Birchington Parish Council Community Magazine, January 2026, issue number 85. It's from Parish Chairman Nick Blankley. This is Chairman's report for January 2026. Nick says, 2026 has arrived. All of us at Birchington Parish Council wish you a happy new year. The UK follows the Gregorian calendar. But do you know how many other New Years are celebrated around the world? Read on to find out. First, I must begin with the very disappointing news that the day before Christmas Eve, Thanet District Council quietly slipped out its approval for 1,600 new homes on the fields west of Birchington, on both sides of Brooks End Hill. The land was allocated for development by TDC councillors in the 2020 Thanet Local Plan, and although the Parish Council cannot change that, it has consistently fought for development that is proportionate and in keeping with the character of the village. The Parish Council believes the approved plan would most likely deliver poor quality homes and living conditions, and will be detrimental to the existing village. Furthermore, there is evidence to suggest that there have been procedural errors in the approval process and that the ownership of some of the development land is questionable. Therefore, the Council is seeking advice on what steps it can take and will continue to fight to protect the interests of our residents. On a more cheerful note, the run-up to Christmas and New Year was a busy period for many of us, and this was particularly so for those, in addition to their usual festive activities, gave time and effort to contribute to the seasonal events around the village and to helping those less fortunate than themselves. Thank you to all of you for your efforts and community spirit. Looking forward, we must complete our budget setting for 2026-2027 and have it ready for submission by TDC by the 23rd of January. This is an important process and it determines, in part, the council tax change for Birchington residents from April this year. Inevitably, government budget changes and the cost of materials and services all have an impact. You may not be aware that the square and nearby area were designated as conservation areas in 1976. 2 years ago, TDC commissioned a review and adopted the resulting report recommendations in July 2024, but has made no progress with this implementation since then. The Parish Council will continue to press for action. Sharp-eyed readers will have seen the Pride in Place article in December edition of this magazine, with the information about a 1.5 million grant for projects across Thanet to revitalise public spaces, high streets and town centres. The Parish Council will be drawing up plans and seeking Birchington's fair share. As this will take place against a background of uncertainty, we are still awaiting official confirmation of the timing and arrangements for the proposed full council by-election in Birchington, and as the government plan for local government reorganisation grinds on, we have a full explanation of what we know and how the proposed changes might affect us. That's on page 44 of the magazine. Finally, back to where we started, several sources state that there are at least 26 different New Years celebrated around the world. You could average a New Year celebration every fortnight if you have the stamina. Next we have news from Acol Parish Council. Happy New Year! As we embark upon another year of Acol Parish Council reports, I thought it would be worth some explanation of the means of their production. An issue is that they must be written around 6 weeks before the magazine is delivered to homes. So we are often reporting on news and events that we expect to take place. As soon as the report is sent to the Birchington Parish Council office, it is published to the News from the Parish Council subpage of the Acol Parish Council website homepage. When our proof is received from the publisher around the beginning of the month, the report relates to it's published to our website homepage, and around 2 weeks later, it's delivered to our homes. The last bites and banter of 2025, incorporating a Christmas fair and a tabletop sale, was a great success, despite the miserable weather. It's been a great day from start to finish, beautiful crafts, wonderful sausage rolls, cheese scones, plus cakes. Well done to everyone involved. Typical of the plaudits received. Congratulations to Steve, Skip, and Teresa Ling, who jointly won this year's Freedom of the Parish of Acol Award. Skip chairs the Acol Horticultural Society and, together with Teresa, has for many years run the society, whose reputation extends far and wide, attracting membership from across Thanet and beyond. With its regular flower shows, community events and interesting speakers at its monthly meetings, the AHS provides a vital social hub for Acol that we can all feel proud of. Their awards were due to be presented at December's Parish Council meeting, at which it was also proposed that they and all future award winners will be nominated for the KALC, that's the Kent Association of Local Councils Community Award Scheme, which was launched on the 3rd of September 2025 at the Shepherdneame Brewery in Faversham. The scheme is being supported by the KCC Chairman, the Mayor of Medway, the High Sheriff of Kent and the KALC Chairman. If you see him out and about, please say hello to 13-year-old Jack, the latest recruit to our litter picking team. Jack will be working with us towards achieving his Bronze Duke of Edinburgh Award for volunteering. Well done, and thank you, Jack. The next Parish Council meeting will be on Thursday the 19th of February at 7:30 p.m. in Acol Village Hall. That's from Richard Steele, the Chair. Next, we've got an update from your Birchington North District Councillors. Firstly, we hope everyone had a lovely Christmas, and we wish you all a very happy and successful New Year. Towards the end of the year, Thanet District Council considered its preferred option for reorganisation of local government in Kent. The Council voted to support option 4B, which would see Thanet become part of a new East Kent Unitary Authority alongside Canterbury and Dover. All councils across Kent and Medway have now submitted their preferences, and the government will decide which model to take forward before a public consultation takes place. Locally, we have continued to push for progress on several issues raised by residents. The Minnis Bay Play Park refurbishment has faced delays due to the council's procurement process, which has slowed matters far more than expected. These issues have been resolved and the tender is due to be released shortly, with the aim of work being early this year. We have also supported residents' concerns about the overgrown trees along the footpath between Alpha Road and Apple Bay Road. Following a full survey, the necessary pruning has been approved to address the encroachment growth and to ensure the trees' long-term health. We are pleased to see that the Spencer Road alleyway finally cleared and reopened after a long wait, and we are grateful to residents for their patience during what has been a frustrating process. We remain focused on securing progress at Coleman Stairs and hope to share an update soon. We have also received confirmation from the coastal team that the repair of the crabbing pool is being planned and timing dependent on suitable conditions. In the run-up to Christmas, we were pleased to once again secure Saturday parking in Alpha Road car park to support residents and local businesses. We would also like to extend our thanks to everyone involved in organising the Birchington Christmas event, which brought the community together and created a wonderful atmosphere for all who attended. Our monthly Councillor Advice Surgery continues on the second Saturday of each month at Wagtails Cafe and Bar, 133 Minnis Road, Birchington, between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Residents are always welcome to drop in to discuss an issue or simply say hello. As we look to the year ahead, we are very much looking forward to getting stuck in, continuing to work on behalf of residents and doing our best to ensure we get things done for Birchington in 2026. And that's from Councillor George Cupp and Councillor Rhys Pugh. Next, we have Birchington Manshed. May we wish everyone in Birchington a very happy and healthy new year. We would like to thank each and every one of you who have supported us through 2025 to the point of us entering 2026 with a very positive feeling about the year ahead. Shedders have been a fantastic team, all working towards the shed being a welcoming and friendly place to meet and share skills. We have commissions for Wildwood making boxes for their conservation project, more chairs on order, and lots of new items to create. So indeed, a busy time ahead. One new item, a cat outside house, is proving very popular. Somewhere cosy for your cat to wait whilst you are out and about. Please contact us if you would like more details. There will be more craft workshops during the new year for the ladies at Birchington Manshed. If you would be interested in running one or have a craft that you would like to learn, please contact Penny on the number below. You do not have to be a member, just an interest in having an enjoyable afternoon. We are very proud to be part of the Birchington Village, providing a host of diverse activities for its residents. Long may it continue. Contact us on 07578 987 651 or via Facebook or our website. The next article is KCC Community Warden Report. KCC Community Warden Jason Gordon, supported by the lovely, well-presented Birchington Christmas Fair and Lights Turn-On event in Birchington. It was raining all afternoon, but this did not stop the good folk of Birchington digging in and having some really good fun. There was a stage set up on Dogacre Green with lots of very talented entertainers to provide all the joys of Christmas spirit, and lots of festive stalls for everyone to buy their goodies. A lot of the shopkeepers had stalls outside their shops, including hook and duck, etc. The centre offered an arts and crafts fair there, along with Santa's Grotto for the children. The Baptist Church offered a Santa's Workshop arts and crafts activity session for the children, with help from Santa's elves. There was the Silver Band playing down in Birchington Square later in the day, and everyone cheered as the Christmas lights were turned on. Another showing of how communities can come together in such a positive way. Well done, Birchington. And an extra special thank you to Birchington Parish Council and everyone that helped and supported this magical event. And that's from Jason Gordon. Wargraves Guardians of All Saints Church. The grandfather of one of the Wargraves Guardians, John, who not only cares for his family graves, but for another bearing the same surname, that of Captain Leslie Allen Tumber, Royal Engineers. Richard John Tumber, John's grandfather and his mother's side of the family, joined the volunteer company East Kent Regiment, the Buffs, at the age of 21. He served as a private, mainly in South Africa, fought in the Anglo-Boer War, and was awarded the Queen's South African Medal with 5 bars, one for Cape Colony, one for Orange Free State, one for Transvaal, and 2 for South Africa 1901 and 1902. John's grandfather left the forces at the end of the Boer War, but rejoined when World War I broke out. He joined the Royal Army Service Corps in September 1914, with 2nd Battalion, the Buffs, serving the 209th and the 666 companies as a driver, serving in Egypt and Greece. He was subsequently awarded the full set of Pip, Squeak and Wilfred medals for his service. Driving in World War I in North Africa did not always mean a motorised vehicle. This accumulation of medals have a story in their own right. A relative sold them many years ago, but John was contacted by the owner, who lived in Devon, and after John explained that he would like to recover them to keep for future generations of the family, happily the owner agreed to return them. There's a part 2 of this story to follow next month. Hedgehogs at Birchington and Acole, and Birchington and Acole love hedgehogs. There has been an amazing response over the past 2 months to the Birchington Hedgehog Survey 2025, with 46 households responding. What a surprise to find spiny visitors foraging all over the village. People reported from 1 to 5 hedgehogs at a time in their gardens and visiting over many years. It was heartwarming to learn that people are feeding hedgehogs daily, are providing nesting boxes or sheltered natural environments, and monitor the visits with discreet night cameras. The report has been sent to Hedgehog Street, the British Hedgehog Preservation Society, and the Durrell Institute of Conservation and Ecology at the University of Kent. A short verbal report will be given to January's Birchington Residents Association meeting. For further details, contact Wiglo, that's WIGLO .birch@gmail.com. News around Birchington. Into well-being, a few friendly reminders. Cold spells can make the days feel longer and a bit harder going, but a few simple things can help us stay comfortable and cheerful through January and February. Warm up from the inside. A hot drink or a bowl of soup can be very comforting on cold days, and a quick, easy option if you don't feel like cooking. Keep gently moving. Stretching or pottering about at home helps keep us warm and lifts our mood. Let in the daylight. Opening the curtains and letting in as much light as possible can lift spirits, even on grey days. Stay in touch. A quick phone call, message or friendly chat can brighten someone's day, including our own. Be kind to yourself. Energy levels can dip at this time of year. It's okay to slow down, rest more, and keep expectations gentle until the days begin to lengthen again. Reach out locally. If you're feeling lonely or isolated, reach out to Heart in the Community, who offer welcoming groups and home visits to support you. Looking after ourselves and checking in on one another help keep our community strong until the lighter days return. Same-day emergency care improvement work update. Further major work has taken place on both the QEQM Hospital in Margate as part of the multi-million-pound project to improve the same-day emergency care SDEC services. The Urgent Treatment Centre at QEQM has now moved to the SAR building at the Ramsgate Road side of the site. Please can we ask that patients allow additional time when coming to these hospitals in order to make their way to their appointments. We apologise for any inconvenience. The Trust has been awarded £28.95 million funding across both QEQM and the William Harvey Hospital to improve the patient journey and experience in the same-day emergency care. More information can be found on the project and other work to improve your hospitals online via www.ekhuft.nhs.uk/about-us/improving-your-hospitals. East Kent Hospitals University NHS Foundation Trust. The Rotary Club of the Isle of Thanet Sunrise. The Archer brothers, Nigel and Graham, Christmas concert on Saturday the 6th of December was a sellout, raising funds for 3 local charities. That's Birchington in Broome, Thanet Stoma Buddies and the Birchington Veterans Association. Santa's House to House collection in Garlinge raised £669 and the Static collection in Birchington raised over £700 for local charities. Forthcoming events readers may be interested in the near future. That's the 23rd of January 2026 will be a quiz night, murder and mystery. The annual Big Knit is being planned for the 21st of March 2026. This will be the 15th one we have held, but have decided that this will be the last one. To date, the event has alone raised in excess of £60,000 for local charities. We meet on alternate Fridays at Westgate and Birchington Golf Club for breakfast, occasionally meeting at Wagtails Cafe in Birchington for coffee. If you would like to know more about Rotary, please get in touch. You are welcome to join us at one of our meetings and we would treat you to a complimentary breakfast. If you would be interested in helping out at our event, we are always grateful for help on some of the bigger events. Take a look at our Facebook at Rotary Thanet Sunrise 01. That's from Margaret Jones. News from Birchington CE Primary School. Children at Birchington CE Primary School embraced the festivities in the run-up to Christmas. We have thoroughly enjoyed a Christmas panto, Christmas jumper day, festive Christmas lunch, parties and visits to All Saints Church for a special service. Year 1 children took part in our 22nd Christingle service in the packed All Saints Church. The children told us the story of the Christingle through story and song, and their Christingle lit up the church whilst they sang away in the manger. It was truly a wonderful service enjoyed by parents, carers, families and staff. That's from Louise Wilson, head teacher, Birchington CE Primary School. Ink cartridge recycling. Remember, you can drop off your used printer ink cartridges to be recycled in the David Burley Gallery in Birchington Library, Alpha Road, at the Parish Council Office, 2 Albion Road, CT7 9DM. PCC awards £88,031.86 to community projects. Kent's Police and Crime Commissioner Matthew Scott is pleased to announce that £88,031.86 of funding has been allocated to 49 successful applicants through the Police Property Act Fund. This fund uses money for the sale of property seized by Kent Police, which cannot be returned to its rightful owner, supporting projects that may make a positive difference in local communities. The awarded bids comprise programmes aimed at crime and social and antisocial behaviour prevention, providing support for victims and vulnerable individuals, and enhancing community safety and overall well-being. Some of the Thanet projects benefit from this, including Cliffsend Village, Milmead Children's Centre and the Thanet Disabled Riding Centre. To see the full list, go online and visit www.kent-pcc.gov.uk. Birchington Medical Centre update. NHS app drop-in sessions. Thank you to all those patients who attended one of the 4 sessions that were organised by the PPG at Birchington Medical Centre in November. They were organised to see if there was an interest in patients having some support to upload the NHS app on their telephone and being able to use it to order prescriptions, see their test results, make nursing appointments, check their appointment times, and to be able to access their GP record. It also allowed us, the PPG and the practice, to understand better the type of support that might be helpful as the practice moves forward to implementing full triage through Anima in 2026. In total, 22 patients accessed the sessions, and the following were the most common issues: access to email accounts or passwords to allow security to be completed, personal details, for example telephone numbers, not updated at the practice. Setting up an NHS account may require a code from the practice, which can be done with a form via reception. A level of confusion of what can be done via the NHS app and the BMC website. General confidence in being able to download the app and navigate through the process. We found that once we were able to guide people through the process, everyone was much more confident in managing the system and expressed satisfaction with functions that they can do. We would like to thank Gary from Wagtail Cafe in Minnis Road for providing additional support on Tuesdays when patients were able to drop in between 12 and 2 p.m. if they could not attend one of the sessions. We will be discussing further for the practice how we can provide additional support in 2026 as the practice implements Anima more fully. Full communication on this will go out to all patients. Use of Anima for route appointment requests. We would continue to encourage patients to use the Anima system for routine appointment requests. Completion of the form is fairly straightforward and saves time waiting on the telephone. All Anima requests are triaged daily. This is available through the BMC website at www.birchingtonmc.nhs.uk. More details will follow with regard to the timeline for the total triage in 2026. As the practice moves to full triage, they also intend to move repeat prescription requests to electronic version 2. This will mean that either the use of Anima or the NHS app for patients, which will speed up submission requests and also reduce the chance of paper requests becoming mislaid. DNAs, in other words, did not attend. Reception call statistics. Receptionists at the practice are fielding a volume of calls far in excess of the national average, with 100% of the callbacks achieved. Prostate cancer awareness. This topic continues to remain at the forefront of minds, with both Chris Hoy and David Cameron, among others, to share their diagnoses. The Patients Participation Group, PPG, wish all the patients and residents of Birchington a very happy and peaceful, healthy Christmas and New Year. Queck's House and Gardens, marking 100 years of the Powell Cotton Trust with community and creativity. As many of you know, the Powell Cotton Museum, Queck's House and Gardens has always held a special regard in a local community, a place where local stories and world history come together. Over the past year, we've been working hard behind the scenes to make sure we present ourselves truly reflects the breadth of experiences we offer. I'm delighted to share that we are launching a fresh new look for 2026 with a rebrand that honours all three reasons to visit us while celebrating our home at the heart of Quecks Park. From January, you'll notice three distinct yet connected logos for the Powell Cotton Museum, Quecks House and Quecks Gardens. Together they sit under one unifying brand, Quecks House and Gardens, the home of the Powell Cotton Museum. This new identity will allow us to better highlight everything that happens across our site, from family-friendly trails and seasonal garden events to specialist collection research, community projects and heritage tours. A brand new website will follow in February, just in time to welcome you back through our doors when we will reopen for the season on Saturday 14th of February. And that's not all. 2026 will be a especially important year for us. The Powell Cotton Trust will be marking its centenary and 100 years of caring for the buildings, gardens and internationally significant collections that make this place so unique. And throughout the year, we'll be inviting you to celebrate with us. You can expect collection talks, hands-on crafts, music and art events, garden activities, and a year-long creative programme to gather 100 responses to the collection of our community. Our PCT Creators 2026 project will bring together local schools, artists and museum experts in a collaborative creation journey, culminating in a public exhibition. Look out for more highlights on our events calendar, including the Big Museum build in February, our much-loved Easter Trail Spring Explorers, Festival of Archaeology in the summer, Heritage Month in September, and a very exciting new Christmas event for Quecks House. We can't wait to share our next chapter with you. That's from Sarah Corn, CEO of the Powell Cotton Trust. Next we have Birchington Residents Association. After so many years of Christmas lunches at St Augustine's, we were a little nervous about moving to the Smugglers. But we need not have worried. As soon as we walked in, we loved the cosy atmosphere with the decorations and the red-covered chairs. It was all just as we wanted, and we quickly set up our plan board, raffle, individual menu choice cards and table decorations. We had limited numbers to 48, with one extra sneaking in. This was just the right number for the room. We had taken a vote at a previous coffee morning and the members had decided on just 2 courses and we subsidised the cost as usual. There was an excellent choice of food and it was served promptly and efficiently by the charming waitresses. Virtually everybody said how they had enjoyed the food. Good for the BRA membership, with quite a few saying how much better it was than the previous venue. We had a special Christmas raffle with a number of donated prizes for which we were very grateful, and so many people said how much they had enjoyed the event, which was very pleasing. We hope to repeat the experience next year. There was little time to recover, however, as the following Wednesday was our Christmas coffee morning. This year Peter Russell, who has played for us in our carol singing, was unable to come. We tried desperately for a replacement, and Pat even took up her clarinet again. However, the week before, we heard a brilliant pianist performing after a Westgate Heritage Trust meeting, and amazingly she agreed to play for us. Unfortunately, there is no longer a piano at the centre, but Maureen managed to borrow one from the church. However, it was not very loud, and we needed to put up the microphone against it and do without it for speaking. Caroline was a great success, and we were very, very grateful to her. We had our usual sherry and mince pies and a Christmas quiz on Santa and Scrooge, which we all enjoyed, with small prizes for the top 2, and again we had a special raffle. Everything is now packed away until next year, but we still have our Christmas lunch at King Ethelbert. Subscriptions are due in January and will be £3 for a single person and £5 for a family at one address. This covers the cost of hiring the hall, speakers, events and outings, which we usually subsidise for members. If you would like to renew or join, you can pay the registrar by cheque or cash at any coffee morning in an envelope left at Blend or by post to Dave Elcott, David Alker, Registrar, 19 Shakespeare Road, Birchington, CT7 9ET. Next we have an article from Luke Evans, Councillor Luke Evans, Kent County Council. New beginnings for Kent. A brighter year ahead. As January dawns and the winter solstice slips behind us, the days begin to stretch a little longer, bringing with them a sense of renewal and optimism. This time of year is always a reminder that brighter days are on the horizon, not just in nature, but in the work across Kent to improve lives and strengthen our communities. Transforming send provision in Kent. One of the most significant changes coming to Kent is the rollout of Special Resource Provisions, SRPs. A cornerstone of commitment to turning around send services is investing £20 million into these resources, with 37 SRPs opening by September 2026 and expanding to 55 by September 2027. These provisions will allow children with special education needs to stay closer to home, reducing the need for long taxi journeys across the county. This means children can build friendships locally, strengthening social ties and community belonging. It also means better value for taxpayers. Local authority send places cost around £22,000 per year, compared to private sector costs that range from £55,000 to £150,000. In Thanet alone, 5 SRPs will be built, and the Department for Education has confirmed 3 new send schools for Kent, including one in Whitstable, the closest to Birchington. Although these initiatives will create nearly 1,000 additional send places, a huge step forward. I've worked closely on these projects, and with 25 years' experience in send and recent head teacher qualification, I can say with confidence this is a game changer for families and for Kent. Highways and water, community action matters. The recent cold snap has caused several burst pipes across Thanet. I personally reported 2, one at the end of George V Avenue near Hartsdown Road Junction, and another at the bottom of Tuttle Street in Minster. I'm pleased to say that the Margate pipe has now been repaired. Thank you to Southern Water for their quick response. Please remember, water is a precious resource. If you spot a leak, take a few minutes and report it, or let me know, and I'll do it for you. Looking ahead, as we step into this new year, let's embrace the opportunities for growth and improvement in our community. Thank you for your continued support, and please do not hesitate to reach out if you have concerns or ideas. Wishing you all a happy and healthy January. That's Councillor Luke Evans, KCC. Birchington Health and Wellbeing Group, January 2026. As we reflect on 2025, the Birchington Health and Wellbeing Group is excited about the opportunities ahead for 2026 to make a real positive impact on the lives of residents in Birchington and the surrounding villages. Over the past year, it has been a pleasure to meet and chat with newcomers to our community, often in our wonderful independent cafes and bars. Birchington's rich history and welcoming spirit continue to attract people who once visited in summers past and now choose to make this village their home. The feedback is clear. Birchington remains a friendly and vibrant place to live. Looking ahead, we plan to launch more podcasts featuring local businesses and organisations. These enterprises deserve recognition, and by promoting them, we help strengthen the sense of community that makes Birchington special. You can access the podcast via the following: www.youtube.com/@Peace Unplugged, or audio only at Dexar, that is DECKSAR.podbean.com. Our monthly community drop-in is now firmly established on the first Friday of each month at the Veterans Centre in Surrey Gardens. We are deeply grateful to them for providing this vital space connection. These gatherings are a great opportunity to learn about the upcoming plans and discover local organisations that can offer support. With many people choosing Birchington as a place to retire, linking residents to the wider community is essential. We encourage everyone to get involved because every person has unique skills to share. Contributing to the community life is not only rewarding, but also beneficial for both physical and mental well-being. Finally, let's keep this conversation going. Listen without judgment. Seek to understand before responding. and communicate with candour. Above all, show kindness and empathy. Together we can ensure Birchington remains a wonderful place to live. You can contact us on the telephone number 0800 310 1033. You can also email us at hello@birchingtonhealthandwellbeing.org. QEQM Hospital League of Friends. A look back at recent donations. Thanks to our terrific volunteers and the wonderful support given by way of donations and fundraising over the last 3 months of 2025, we funded at a cost of over £24,000. Specialist recliner chairs, 6 for the emergency department and 2 for frail vulnerable patients being cared for in the same-day emergency service. The chairs, which are fully adjustable and have a recline and tilt mechanism, are designed to maximise comfort while providing postural support and pressure redistribution. This reduces the risk of falls and pressure area sores. A TV for deal ward to keep patients occupied and entertained. 2 specialist electrically adjustable obstetric sonography couches for the maternity. These help patients be more comfortable while having scans and help support them in the correct positions while scanning is performed. 10 colourful stackable chairs for the Rainbow Children's Ward Broadstairs Suite for use by patients, parents and carers whilst waiting for their appointment. £3,000 worth of dignity gowns to enhance the dignity and to promote mobilisation of patients in St Augustine's Ward and elsewhere in the hospital. Some patients do not have their own clothes or family to provide them. While standard gowns are provided by the hospital, due to the gap at the back, they do not encourage patients to take part in activities. The dignity gowns do not have fiddly poppers and can be worn both ways round for an extra layer, ideal now if it's got colder. 450 or so gifts for patients in the hospital over the festival period that we delivered on Christmas Eve. Our charity depends entirely on the public's financial support, so please kindly make a donation if you can help us make a difference to our local hospital. Visit our website www.qeqmfriends.com for all the details. What's on in Birchington? All Saints Church services, week 3, Sunday the 18th of January, the second Sunday of Epiphany, 8 AM, Book of Common Prayer, BCP, Holy Communion, All Saints Church. 9:30 AM, breakfast, cereal toast, followed by 10 AM by a family together service in Church Hall, Kent Gardens. 10:30 AM, sung Eucharist at All Saints Church. Tuesday the 20th of January, 10 AM, with Christ, Iona Community Holy Communion service at All Saints Church. Week 4, Sunday the 25th of January, Conversion of Paul. 10:30 AM, sung Eucharist, All Saints Church. 10:30, morning prayer, St Thomas's Church. Tuesday the 27th of January, 10 AM, with Christ, Iona Community Holy Communion service, All Saints Church. Hullabaloo, Friday the 30th of January, 8:30 PM at Christie's Wine Bar. Hullabaloo bring a blend of jive, swing and original twist on pop. Come see one of Kent's most popular bands and enjoy live music and good wine. A Friday night done properly. Rapunzel, a tangled panto, 6th to the 8th of February at the Centre. This February, Rapunzel, a tangled panto, will be on show at the Centre, supported by Rhythm Express Performing Arts. The full cast is Rapunzel, played by Rebecca Castle, Prince George, played by Emmy True, Dame Hetty Hairspray, played by Joe Butcher, Willie Waddle, played by Lynn Day, Gothel the Witch, played by Patricia Dixon, Evil Sidekicks Ball and Socket, played by Alex Spratt and Paul Zanetti, The Good Fairies, Very Good, played by Holly Chapman, Very Well, played by Sherry Underwood, and Fair Enough, played by Anna Davis. King and Queen, played by Gordon Isles and Rita Taylor. Kieran Sindon plays various roles throughout the panto. Timings are 2:30 PM on the 7th and 8th of February, 7:30 on the 6th and 7th of February. Tickets are adults £12.50 plus 50p BF Junior, 16 and under, £9.50 plus 50 BF. To purchase tickets, go online and visit www.birchingtonguild.co.uk/whatson.shtml. Valentine's Jazz Sunday Lunch with Amanda Jane. Sunday the 15th February, 12:30 at the Smugglers Lounge Bar and Restaurant. Celebrate Valentine's with a smooth jazz Sunday lunch with saxophonist Amanda Jane. 12:30 p.m. arrival. Live music 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Three-course Sunday lunch menu, £39.95 per person. Rumble Wrestling, Thursday the 19th of February, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Centre. The South East's most popular family touring wrestling promotion are coming to town as Rumble Wrestling bring adrenaline and pumping show at the Centre, so get ready for an action-packed show with a host of stars from Rumble Wrestling roster. The whole family will enjoy an evening of high-flying moves that the kids can be talking about for weeks after. Cheer the good guys, boo the bad ones as the energy flows through the area. This is a chance to meet all the wrestlers after the show with their VIP backstage pass, which includes a poster, and bring your phone with you to grab those all-important photos with the stars you have been watching. If you are a die-hard wrestling fan or just looking for some thrilling live entertainment, the Rumble Wrestling Show is for everyone. Tell your family and friends, and if you have a birthday or a group booking message for us for special deals, putting the icing on the cake. To purchase tickets, go online and visit www.tickettailor.com/events/Rumble Wrestling Promotions/1881952. Murder Mystery Night, Saturday the 21st of February, 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at Wagtail's Cafe and Bar. Join Wagtail's Cafe and Bar for a night of murder, mystery and double entendres. Think Agatha Christie meets Carry On. There'll be drinks, nibbles and plenty of eyebrow-raising fun. Work together at your table to solve the crime, and your team could win a bottle of bubbly. £30 per person includes grazing platter for each table. Please book and pay in person at Wagtail's Cafe and Bar. There's limited spaces. Monthly speed quiz, first Monday of the month, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Cowshed. £2 per person, arrive early from 7:30 p.m. start. Teams of up to 6 members, jackpot game, Wheel of Fortune for diners, sharing boards available, food and drink vouchers to be won, booking required, terms and conditions apply. Choral singing adult choir every Tuesday 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Centre. For more information, check out Rhythm Express Performing Arts on Facebook via their website www.rhythmexpressperformingarts.com. Birchington Heritage Trust 2026 events. We are working on a new and interesting events programme for 2026. Here's a summary. More details will be released nearer the date of each event and be posted on Facebook and our website www.birchingtonheritage.org.uk. Thursday the 26th of February 2026, Reculver, Romans, Religion and Romance with Pat Orkwood. Thursday the 23rd of April 2026, musical evening with the Ashen Keys plus Sally Ironmonger and Brian Carter. Thursday the 28th of May 2026, listed buildings on monuments with Tim Horn from Historic England. Thursday the 25th of June 2026, the Trust's annual general meeting. Thursday the 16th of July, Birchington Archaeology and the Thanet Mapping Project. Thursday the 24th of September 26, Our Heritage. Thursday the 26th of November 2026, musical evening with the Thanet Light Orchestra. All events are held at the Centre and start at 7:30 p.m. Doors are open from 7 p.m. The bar is usually open and we arrange a raffle to raise funds for support the Trust. Talks are free to members of the Trust. Guests are invited to make a donation. The two musical evenings are ticketed events and open to all. Next we have Westgate and Birchington in the Wheel. Throughout July 2024 to June 2025, Westgate and Birchington Inner Wheel have been fundraising to provide catastrophic bleed control kits for our area. Together with grants and donations from Westgate Town Council, Birchington Parish Council, Westgate and Birchington Rotary, Prentice Greengrocers of Westgate and Shepherd Neame, £5,300 has been raised. We have now taken delivery of these kits and hope to be able to have them installed or donated as soon as possible. Lockable cabinets for public use will be placed in both Westgate Station Road and Birchington Station Road at all three beaches, and another lockable cabinet will be placed in Westgate and one at Dog Acre. There will also be smaller kits located in the village centre, All Saints Church, Birchington and St Saviour's Church, Westgate, the Ursuline School, King Ethelbert School, Birchington Primary, St Crispin's and St Saviour's Schools, and the Llewellyn School. On Monday, we were able to see an example of the different types of kits when we gathered at St Thomas's Church for our Christmas coffee morning at the St Thomas's Christmas Tree Festival. One picture shows the kits with some of our members, and the other picture shows the Orange the World Christmas tree with Val Marcantonio, who designed and made the orange decorations, and immediate past presidents Hazel Hedges and Kath Porteous, who chose the bleed kits as their charity, and Margaret Hawkins, the current president of the club. Orange the World is a UN initiative to eliminate violence against women and girls across the world. Inner Wheel is a global women's organisation and proudly supports the campaign. The international campaign takes place each year starting on November 25th, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and ends on December 10th, Human Rights Day. Our members tried to wear a torch of orange to raise awareness of this campaign. That's from Hazel Hedges, Publicity Officer for the Westgate and Birchington Inner Wheel. Local government reorganisation. What's that all about? A lot has been said about the government's plans for reorganisation of local government, sometimes referred to as LGR. But what is it all about? Should you be bothered? Will council tax go up or down? Will public services be any better or worse? Time will tell. The following is what we know. There is an awful lot more that we don't know yet. Question: what is the LGR plan for Kent? Answer: the plan seeks to replace the existing two-tier system, i.e. KCC and 12 district borough councils and Medway Unitary Council, with a smaller number of larger unitary authorities. These new councils would deliver all local government services in the area, from education, social services, roads, currently county level, to waste collection, housing and planning, that's currently district level. Next question: who is involved and what have they done so far? All 14 existing councils in Kent and Medway submitted their interim LGR proposal in March 2025. In November 2025, councils published a draft business cases for different models of unitary reorganisation and then made formal submissions to central government on the 28th of November 2025. Next question: what are the main options under the consideration for Kent? Answer is: 3 models have been submitted to the government for consideration. That is a single Kent Council unitary covering the whole of Kent and Medway, supported by 3 sub-region area assemblies, North, East, West Kent. This is the preferred option for Kent County Council. A 3 unitary model grouping districts into 3 large councils: North Kent, that's Dartford, Gravesham, Medway and Swale; West Kent, that's Sevenoaks, Tunbridge and Malling, Maidstone, Tunbridge Wells; and East Kent, which is Ashford, Canterbury, Dover, Folkestone, Hythe and Thanet. A 4 unitary model with more granular division, i.e. North Kent, East Kent, Mid Kent and West Kent, to keep councils at more manageable size while balancing local identities and service delivery. DDC supports the 4 unitary model, grouping Canterbury, Thanet and Dover. KCC supports the single Kent Council unitary model. Next question is: what is the expected timeline for these changes? The answer is central government will review all submissions and then there will be a public and stakeholder stakeholder consultation in early 2026. If approved, the new unitary councils could come into existence from April 2028. Until then, the current councils continue operating and providing services. Question: what remains uncertain or contentious? The answer is there is no final decision about Kent and how it will be reorganised, and the concerns remain about scale and local identity. Timing and transition complexity. The merging of many councils, each with different budgets, services, staff, is a big logistical challenge. Continuity of services during the transition is a key risk. Next question: are town and parish councils being abolished or replaced under the reorganisation? The answer is no, they are not in scope and will not be abolished. Question: will new town and parish councils be created in areas currently without them? The answer is yes. The process is to establish a Margate Town Council is underway in readiness for the changes. Question: will town/parish councils' roles and responsibilities change? The answer is not necessarily. Their existing local level responsibilities, such as managing community amenities, local events, recreational areas, footpaths, allotments or village halls, will remain under the new arrangements. Some local assets or service provisions, such as public conveniences, small parks, local community facilities, may be transferred down to parish or town councils, but there is a risk that assets may be transferred without the corresponding running costs. It has been suggested that reorganisation offers a potential opportunity to revise or strengthen local governance frameworks through a new neighbourhood level engagement, which envisages parish and town councils working alongside new unitary authorities, perhaps within neighbourhood area or community governance arrangements. Question: what are the main challenges or concerns for BPC? In common with other towns and parishes, we have identified three broad risks. That is funding and capacity. If more responsibilities or assets are devolved, we have to be certain that there are sufficient funds and staff to manage them. Engagement and influence. There is a risk that town and parish councils may be sidelined as the new bodies seek to establish their authority and purpose. Local identity and representation. Geography is important, and there is a concern that community-level voices via parish/town councils could get drowned out by the new arrangements covering a wider area, making it harder to maintain the sense of local identity or to influence big decisions. Last question here is: so, will parish and town councils remain relevant? The answer is this remains to be seen. The prevailing expectation is that parish and town councils will remain the bedrock of local community governance. The government has indicated it wants to preserve and even reinforce neighbourhood level representation and community engagement under the new unitary structure. But a lot depends on how the new unitary authorities choose to structure local area working on the resources made available. Watch this space.